Good afternoon, traders. My name is Tomasz Wiśniewski. I'm a chief analyst in Alpari Research and Analysis, and this is daily analytical report. So let me show you what's going on the markets. Let's look for decent trading setups, and let's see what are the main headlines for the market right now. As always, we will start with the macro calendar. Well, it's not so busy as we said. We said yesterday that the calendar is not so busy this week as it was the last week, but we still have some interesting news. We still have some interesting movements. Some of them can be surprising, and actually the explanation of some of those events can be surprising. For example, recent drop on the cable is contributed to the UK Prime Minister Theresa May is about to fire International Development Secretary Priti Patel. Well, I bet that many traders don't even know who is Priti Patel, well, for me, I'm a technical trader, and I think that this kind of news, from the fundamental point of view, from the fundamental analysis, are just I don't want to say stupid, but yeah, how this information can influence our trading. Well, some people may say it can, but for me, it is just explanation good as explanation as any, and sometimes experts, analysts, they try to explain certain movements on the market which are just simple money flow from buyers to sellers, from sellers to buyers, and not every movement have a fundamental explanation. Just normal cash flows, just trends, taking profit action, increasing your position size, etc., etc. That kind of explanations. Not Theresa May being close to firing Priti Patel. And who's Priti Patel? International Development Secretary. Come on, guys, be serious. Don't try to explain everything, every single movement on the market with this kind of stuff. The same goes with the recent upswing on euro dollar, which I will have to check on the Twitter. What's the explanations? What's the explanation from Twitter? Just give me a second, please, because maybe I will show you now. That's gold on euro dollar. We had the spike on euro dollar. So how it's explained? Well, they explain that as a late response for overnight trading, and also by traders, by the fact that some traders are adjusting their risk ahead of the U.S. Senate tax reform. I'm sorry, tax, ahead of the Senate tax reform. So that's the explanation there, and we won't know what is the truth here. But this upswing actually is not very technical. I had short positions on euro dollar. They are closed now, but they're closed on profit, on stop profit, because I already moved my stop loss order into stop profit order. Obviously, I would like to earn more money on this, because I earned like 400 euros or something like that, 370, 380. I would love to earn more money, but That's how the market works. Okay. Okay, guys, but let me come back to the macro calendar. It's big. It's big today, but not many significant news. We had Reserve Bank of New Zealand press conference after rate decision, which was yesterday. Well, overnight, let's say overnight. New Zealand dollar is stronger right now, which is actually messing up with technical situations. So as we said, sometimes the technicals go with the fundamental analysis, and sometimes fundamental analysis goes against the technical movements. Also, we had trade balance exports imports from Germany. The trade balance overall was bigger than expected, so it's good for Germany. What else? That would be it. We have a few speeches from ECB members, important ECB members today, so we'll have to watch what are they talking about, and that would be it for today. So no bigger attractions. Obviously, initial jobless claims as every week on Thursday, but I guess that this data was more important a few years ago. Current traders, I don't think that find this data important anymore. I remember like 2010, 2008, this data was really important because everybody was wondering how we are recovering from this recession. But now this data lost the relevance. But I remember perfectly that many traders were waiting for initial jobless claims every Thursday, but now not so much. So fundamentally, the times are not very busy today. Oh well, yes, we had obviously Bitcoin. Bitcoin is losing, is going down heavily, but we got an information that Segwit is denied. Let's use this word, which is very good for Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. Well, especially for Bitcoin Cash, which was created after the first hard fork of the Bitcoin. After this information, the price of Bitcoin, I will here, made all-time highs just below $8,000 for one Bitcoin, and then sharply reversed. So we got a bit of volatility on Bitcoin after this information was published. So the movement from this symmetric triangle pattern here yesterday, it was very technical. If not this information, if this information wouldn't hit the wire, that would be a very nice movement, because look, you had a breakout of this horizontal resistance here, then we use that as a support, and then huge upswing there, and from this 7,400 euros dollars to 7,000, almost 900 dollars. That was a pretty good upswing, but now the price reversed. We can this resistance is still there. Just have to adjust it a little bit better. Yes, and this line is now being broken, which opens a way to the long-term uptrend line on Bitcoin, this red line here, which started at the very bottom after we had this bigger correction caused by China and JP Morgan demon. So soon we can see Bitcoin for 6,500 dollars. That's I started fundamentally, I finished technically, so if we are going to do that, let's start from the very beginning. Gold, one of my favorite instruments. Let me remind the situation in the long term, because this green area was a combination of 4 important supports. First one was the black uptrend line. Second one was the blue downtrend line, which after the breakout became a support. Then we had 61.8 Fibonacci of the latest upswing here, and 38.2 of the main upswing here. And also, well, that are 4 factors, and also latest lows, low, 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 low. 5 factors in one place. So this green area was a very important support, and it worked. First we got a breakout of the midterm downtrend line, then the price reversed. We tested recent resistances, closest support. It worked. But I told you that there's no buy signal here yet, because I was waiting for the breakout of 50% Fibonacci here. And because it was a strong resistance since 24th of October, actually from 23rd of October. And finally, yesterday, the price broke that, then tested that area as a closest support here, and then the price made new higher highs, which, according to the price action loss and according to the technical analysis, is a very strong buy signal. Well, very strong buy signal. It is a buy signal. It is a relevant buy signal. Where is the next potential resistance? I would say that it will be a combination of those two Fibonacci's, 38.2 and 23.6. Also with this local top here. So in my opinion, the price from $1,287 should climb to around $1,300, which is a psychological barrier. Here, here a resistance. So yes, that can be a strong resistance for gold. Now I'm gonna show you two occasions which I mentioned on the Trading Sniper video, where we do have a sideways trend and we are just waiting for the breakout. So first will be American dollar to Mexican peso, where we do have the symmetric triangle pattern, and we are waiting for the breakout. But as it often happens with symmetric triangles, you don't go for the first breakout here of the upper line of the triangle, but you wait, because usually there is a horizontal resistance above. The same goes with the breakout of the lower line of the triangle. There usually is a horizontal support below. So only the breakout of those lines of the triangle are not significant enough to open a position. What you should wait for is a breakout of the horizontal resistance or support. So the price getting to the lower arrow pointing south, should trigger a sell signal. The price getting to the upper arrow pointing north should trigger a buy signal. That's how you trade breakouts from the triangles. Next one is American dollar to Swiss franc, which is actually having a situation here. So we are having a symmetric triangle as well inside of a rectangle. So symmetric triangle, those light blue lines, and rectangle, those orange horizontal resistance, orange horizontal support. And also breakout here does not trigger a sell signal alone. For a sell signal, we need to see a price here on this arrow. For the buy signal, we don't wait for the breakout of the upper line of the symmetric triangle, but we wait for the breakout of the horizontal resistance here. Those two situations is a wait and see approach. our wait and see approach, and we're just waiting for the proper breakout, and we want to enter the market with the breakout. And using this occasion, I would like to remind you that you are traders, not economists, so you shouldn't predict what will be the price of euro in francs, but you should trade that. So your aim as a trader is to earn money. And you want to earn money on this movement regardless if it will be an upswing or a downswing. You don't care. You're not an exporter or importer in Switzerland or United States, so you don't care. You should just wait for the breakout here and go with the flow, right? Once there's gonna be a breakout, you enter the market with the movement. You join the movement. American dollar to Japanese yen. That's interesting. On Monday we got a shooting star here, and they had a chance to break this horizontal resistance. Instead of a breakout, instead of a price closing above here, they created a shooting star, which is promoting a reversal. And first steps towards this reversal were made recently because, well, the price making lower lows and lower highs. And we touched the target that we mentioned yesterday and 2 days ago. And that was the target for this movement. The thing is, well, yes, we broke two uptrend lines, but the thing is also that what we're having here is a flag. And a flag is a trend continuation pattern, and the trend here is bullish, right? That's a bullish trend. Also, I wouldn't be surprised if we had like trend correction equality patterns here. Okay, like that. We need to copy this. Yes, just now we're having this correction equality pattern. We are also on a horizontal support, and we are bouncing from the lower line of the flag. So that actually can be a good buying opportunity, but for a buy signal, you need to see a demand here. Only the fact that the price is approaching this line does not open a buy signal. What will open a buy signal is a real bounce from this horizontal support. So far, yes, we do have a horizontal support, but we don't have a buy signal here. We don't have a bullish reaction here. So fingers ready, your hands on the mouse are ready to open a position, but for now, no signal. Euro dollar with this upswing. Probably we are going to test the neckline again. The neckline of this head and shoulder formation. It was going great here, but now we do have a reversal. Well, you cannot do anything with that, can you? Bearish bounce from here triggers sell signal. Bullish breakout of this horizontal resistance triggers a buy signal. And maybe instead of the head and shoulder formation, buyers will play the flag scenario here, not inverse head and shoulder formation, but the flag scenario. The buy signal and the flag scenario will be triggered once the price will break the neckline and the upper line of the flag here. Price getting there, price getting to the arrow triggers a buy signal. Bitcoin, I told you about Bitcoin, so that's it. New Zealand dollar to Singaporean dollar, that was a good situation, but it was maybe not crashed, but the sell signal is stopped for now, is delayed because of the rate decision here and the statement here. It was hawkish. And the price came above the horizontal resistance, as you can see here. Let me show you why this resistance is important. You probably remember here from February April, June, July. On a daily chart, is that a breakout? Well, after this, the price made higher highs and higher lows. Okay, it's okay. It's fine. It can be a legitimate. Breakout, but I would wait a little bit. What will happen after this small sideways trend? Maybe not small sideways trend, but what will happen after this small, let's say, rectangle? Because the price going down again, like below the red area, will be a sell signal. Also, breakout of this lower green line should be a sell signal. Silver is in a kind of worse shape than gold, but I spotted that recently, like a few days ago, and I told you that the situation on silver is not so like exciting as on gold. So I'm gonna forget about that. Euro to British pound, still sideways trend. They are very close for triggering a buy signal. So breakout of the midterm downtrend line, red, and come back above the long-term uptrend line, black, should be a good buy signal here on Euro to British pound. Also come back above 23.6. Also can be promising. So price, maybe on H4 chart, it's better. Price getting to the arrow triggers a buy signal on Euro to British pound, especially that the price defended this horizontal support here, which was relevant actually since March, right? Because we would go like that. Australian dollar to American dollar, what we're having here is a sideways trend. We are locked in the rectangle pattern, and again we are waiting for the breakout. So as you can see, recently we had few good trading occasions. Now we are waiting for the breakouts on many instruments. So it's kind of a boring times now, but boring times ahead of, let's hope, interesting times. American dollar to Canadian dollar, as expected, the price is aiming the uptrend line here. So we should see the price on the uptrend line quite soon, maybe even today. Oil is having a small reversal, but well, that's more kind of a taking profit action, just a normal correction, and not a new downtrend. So I'm expecting the movement which should test the upper line of the channel up formation and this horizontal support created by the latest tops. Maybe not the latest, but the tops from the end of 2016 and the beginning of 2017. DAX, look at that. That's our prediction from yesterday. Actually from yesterday, and the price is aiming this area, so all good. And that's a potential support. We can also label that. That's a rectangle trend continuation pattern. And here we will have a combination of uptrend line and a horizontal support created by this rectangle here. So that also can be potentially a nice buying opportunity. Australian dollar to New Zealand dollar is under the influence of this hawkish Reserve Bank of New Zealand. We are still in this flag. Price is actually on the long-term uptrend line, and it would be nice for them if they want to think about going long, they should bounce now. They should use this trend line for a bounce, break the upper red line, come back above the black line, and that would trigger buy signal. So there's no buy signal here yet. Once the price will get to the arrow, as you can see, the buy signal will be triggered. Dollar is losing. That's a dollar index. They met this horizontal resistance on 95.2 points. 95.2 15, let's say. They tested that twice, they failed, so now the price is going lower, and we label this, we mark this green area, and that the price can get there, and from there the upswing can start. We will see if it will work. That would be very welcome, that would be a very technical movement. Now euro to Japanese yen. The price is defending this horizontal support. Actually, I have to adjust it to the latest price swings, like here and here. So the price is still defending that as long as the price does not close below that green area. We cannot say anything positive here. Anything negative. So far so good, let's say, for buyers, as long as they are above the green area. Cable. So we had cable losing here about after this rumor. Now they are climbing back again. It's done on a long-term uptrend line, so that's not a coincidence that we are defending this line. This line is very important for the midterm situation on this instrument, along with this horizontal support, but also there is a support a bit lower here. So no sell signal here yet. If you want to sell cable, I would wait for the price to get narrow. As long as we are above, like we can use tails as well, tail. As long as we are above the purple line and green horizontal supports, the sentiment is positive. Last four instruments, British pound to Australian dollar. Here we are defending this horizontal support and a trend line, so the sentiment is still positive. American dollar to Russian ruble, there is buy signal here after yesterday. And the price went lower, but came back above the downtrend line again, this blue one. And the price is higher, and on a daily chart, as you can see, what's that? That's a bullish engulfing. Bullish engulfing breaking horizontal resistance. According to price action laws, bullish engulfing breaking horizontal resistance is a strong buy signal. Next one is American dollar to Polish zloty. Here, inverse head and shoulder or a wedge. Traders should be ready to play both scenarios. So in case of a breakout of the red resistance, there should be a buy signal. In case of a breakout of the lower line of the wedge, this red dynamic support, there should be a sell signal. And the last instrument is S&P 500. Well, we had a meltdown at the end of the Japanese session in Japan. And indexes in Europe and in the United States are suffering as well after that. So we broke the uptrend line, we broke the horizontal support. Breakout of this uptrend line and the horizontal support here opens us a way on S&P 500 to test 2,570 points here. 2,500, 69, let's say. 2,569 points. So yes, guys, as you can see, many setups where you have to wait for a proper signal. Many signals triggered already, like for example on gold, but definitely good times ahead for us. Once we'll have those breakouts from those setups, we should see nice movements, and hopefully we will join them and we will make money on them. Thanks very much for watching daily analytical report. For more trading information and setups, visit our Twitter account and our website alpari.news.